Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really digging into something that, well, it fascinates me.
Mm.
Golf performance.
Mm.
And if you're like most golfers, probably me included, your mind jumps straight to, hours on the range perfecting the swing.
Or the newest driver, maybe.
Exactly. Or maybe snagging the latest clubs.
Mm-hmm.
But what if the real key, the thing that separates a solid golfer from someone who just struggles on the greens, what if it's this forgotten foundation?
That's precisely it. We're going to challenge some, let's say, conventional wisdom today about golf practice and, well, what actually works.
Okay.
Our main source here is Henrik Jentsch's book, The Forgotten Foundation, Why Distance Control in Putting is the Key to Success. Really insightful stuff. And our mission, really, is to pull out those key nuggets, the things that give you a shortcut to understanding real consistency out there.
A shortcut, I like that.
Yeah, because it's easy to overlook, right?
Yeah.
We're often drawn to the big stuff, the huge drive, holing a long putt.
The flashy shots.
Exactly. But real consistency, it's often in mastering the less glamorous bits, the fundamentals.
In Jentsch's work, it's pretty direct, isn't it?
Yeah.
He basically says, look, if you want to understand his Puttalyze concept for optimizing putting,
Which is quite powerful, yeah.
you have to learn how to control your putting distance first. It's non-negotiable.
He frames it as the defining difference between a solid handicap player and someone who just keeps, sabotaging their own score.
Right. So it's not just technique in a vacuum.
No, it's about reliable, repeatable distance control. That's the bedrock.
It really makes you think.
And it explains why so many golfers, they practice, they put the time in, but they just don't see the scores drop on the greens.
They're missing something foundational.
Exactly. They miss the distance control isn't guesswork. It's a system. It's trainable.
Okay.
And without that foundation, that's when you get those awful blow-up holes, the double bogeys, the triples.
The round killers.
Totally. They can wreck a good score in seconds. And look, the AROS data, that's the Advanced Round Optimization System.
Right, the pro stats.
Yeah, deep statistical stuff, it shows something pretty shocking. 86% of all double bogeys, or worse, they come from just 5 key mistakes.
86%.
Yeah.
From just 5 things.
Yeah. So we're going to break down those 5 pitfalls right now, and importantly, look at the strategies the pros use to steer clear of them.
Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah.
First up, probably the most common one, the one that makes you want to snap your putter, the 3-putt.
Oh, yeah. We've all been there.
You agonize over missing that short one, right?
Mm.
It feels like the final straw after maybe a couple of other iffy shots.
Mm-hmm.
But the source says the real problem isn't that missed tap-in. It started earlier.
Exactly. That first putt, the lag putt, was just way off. Too long, or maybe worse, left way short.
So how do the top players think about it differently? They're not trying to drain everything from 30 feet, are they?
No, absolutely not. That's the key insight. Their main goal isn't making it. It's lagging the ball within about 10% of the starting distance.
10%. Okay, so like for a 30-footer.
You're aiming for a 3-foot circle around the hole. Just get it in that zone.
Right.
This massively reduces 3-putts. And the surprising thing, you actually end up making more 1-putts than you'd think because your second putt is suddenly, manageable. Not another pressure-packed 6-footer.
It's a total mindset shift. From make to lag.
Precisely. It takes the pressure off that first putt, paradoxically.
Okay, moving off the putting surface but staying around the green. Mistake number 2. Needing that second chip.
Yeah, another big one.
The source says this accounts for, about 20% of double bogeys? A fifth of them? Why does this happen so often?
Well, it usually comes down to the first chip. It was either, too aggressive.
Trying to hole it.
Yeah, or too cute, maybe trying a flop shot that wasn't really on, or sometimes just poorly hit.
And you leave it in the bunker or short-sided or...
Or still in the rough, yeah, forcing another chip. I mean, I remember trying this delicate little wedge over a bunker once. Thought I could nip it perfectly.
How'd that go?
Straight into the sand. Buried lie. Nightmare. Tour players, though, they keep it simple.
What are their go-to shots?
Low-risk, high-control options, like a straightforward bump and run with maybe an 8-iron, let it run out like a putt,
Okay.
or even just using a putting stroke with a hybrid or a fairway wood from just off the green takes the big miss out of play.
So the thinking is a safe chip and then maybe a 20-foot putt.
Yeah, that's way, way better than taking a risky gamble on the first chip and ending up needing another one. It's about damage limitation.
Minimize the risk. Got it. Okay, let's shift from the finesse shots to the tee box.
Yeah.
The long game. Penalty shots off the tee. Scorecard killers,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Instant momentum shift, usually the wrong way.
And the stats are pretty brutal. Even scratch players, really good golfers, make double bogey a third of the time, 33% when their drive finds a penalty area.
It's a huge penalty statistically.
So for the average player, it's tempting to just grip it and rip it, trying to squeeze out extra yards, maybe take on a risky line. How do the pros resist that? What's the discipline there?
Well, it comes back to playing the percentages. The smarter strategy, Jentsch points out, is nearly always aiming for the safe side of the fairway, or even the safe side of the hole.
Even if that means hitting into the rough.
Absolutely. Hitting it into the first cut, or even moderate rough, is almost always better than flirting with water out of bounds or those really deep penal fairway bunkers.
So it's not being defensive.
No, not at all. It's just smart golf. It's risk assessment. Pros know that a slightly tougher second shot from the rough is vastly preferable to re-teeing or taking a drop. It's a calculated play.
That makes sense. It avoids the possibility of a really big number.
Exactly. You take the double or triple bogey, mostly out of play.
Which leads us nicely into the next point, what the source calls the gambler's error. This is after the first mistake, right?
Yeah.
You hit a bad shot, maybe into the trees, and then disaster really strikes because you're trying to recover too aggressively. The hero shot.
We've all done it. Standing behind a massive oak, seeing that tiny gap.
Thinking, I could totally hit a low cut through there.
But look, sometimes you are behind in a match or need to make something happen. Isn't there a time and place for trying the miracle shot? What's the pros' mindset when they just chip out sideways?
Yeah, that's the contrast.
It comes down to discipline again. Top players understand this crucial difference. They rarely, almost never, go for the super low percentage hero shot from deep trouble.
They just take their medicine.
Pretty much. They
Yeah.
understand the smart play is often just chipping out back into the fairway, even if it means aiming backwards sometimes and just playing for bogey.
Okay, but bogey feels like losing a shot.
Well, think about it in terms of strokes gained, that modern stat, a simple pitch out. It usually costs you just about one stroke compared to being in the fairway. But that miracle attempt through the trees, when it goes wrong, which it often does, it frequently leads to 2 or more lost strokes. You hit another tree, go into a bunker.
Compounding the error.
Exactly. That discipline to just chip out prevents the initial mistake from snowballing into a total disaster. It stops the bleeding.
Damage control again. Okay, the final key mistake from the data. Approach shots that find hazards.
Yeah, particularly water hazards or deep bunkers guarding the green.
And the stats here are just stark. An approach into a penalty area. It leads to double bogey 60% of the time for scratch players.
60%.
And nearly 80% for a 10 handicapper. That's almost guaranteed disaster.
It really is. It shows how penalizing those misses are.
So what's the fundamental fix? How do you avoid that?
It's about learning to use bailout areas strategically, understanding where the safe miss is.
Okay.
So let's say you've got a green with water short right in front. The clear advice from the source is aim beyond the pin, take more club.
Aim long. That feels weird sometimes.
It can feel counterintuitive, yeah, but it completely takes the water out of play. Jentsch even offers a simple formula.
Oh.
Take the distance to the pin and the distance to the back edge of the green. Then play for the number right in the middle, the average.
Huh. So if the pin's 150 yards, back edge is 160.
You play for 155, you hit your 155-yard club. It ensures you carry the treble.
Okay, that's a practical tip.
And here's something else cool. A lot of greens are actually designed with slopes at the back that can funnel a slightly long shot back towards the hole.
Really? Like a backstop?
Kind of, yeah. So you can sometimes use that course design to your advantage. You play the safe shot, aim for the middle or back of the green, and you might end up closer than you think.
So it's not just avoiding trouble, it's using the course architecture.
Exactly. Strategic thinking.
Okay, so pulling all this together,
Yeah.
the big picture seems to be that these 5 strategies, avoiding 3-putts by lagging, eliminating second chips, playing safe off the tee, smart recovery shots, avoiding approach hazards, they're not exactly going to make the TV highlights, are they?
No, probably not. You won't see player chips out sideways on the leaderboard graphics.
Right. But these are the things that actually win tournaments, or at least lead to much better, more consistent scores. They're about avoiding those stupid, unnecessary strokes.
Absolutely. They lay the foundation for consistency. As Jentsch puts it, great golf isn't necessarily flashy. It's controlled. It's smart.
Playing the percentages.
Yes. And that loops us right back to that foundational truth he starts with. The pros know that the better you control your distance, especially in putting,
The forgotten foundation.
the less stress you're going to feel on the course overall. The journey to consistent scoring, it really does begin right there on the green with that first putt. Mastering distance, it changes everything.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Think about this beyond golf. Not just what you practice or pursue, but how you assess risk and reward in, well, in any part of your life.
Interesting angle.
Yeah, are there areas where maybe you could benefit from prioritizing these sort of controlled percentage-based strategies over the flashy high-risk hero shots? How might mastering your distance, your control, your planning in different contexts lead to less stress and ultimately more consistent success?
That's a great takeaway. It's something to definitely chew on.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Something to think about until our next deep dive.